I threw a nut on the floor. I really hope that's not how it starts.
Okay, well, we are live, so why don't you just keep talking about throwing your nuts on the floor? That's what you
Throw my
did
nuts
say,
on the
right?
floor. I did. I threw.
Just like you wet yourself too.
No, that was last week.
Well,
water on myself.
I didn't say that it all happened at the same time. I'm trying to fix my lighting because it's a hot mess today. Hot mess. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Just move that down that way. Oh no, that's super bright. Is there any way to not be so bright?
I don't know how to make this go away.
All right. Well, oh look, we have a viewer. Hello.
Is it happening?
How are you? Yes, it's been happening.
Oh, it's
That's why I said we are live, and you were talking about your nuts on the floor.
All right. Well, welcome everybody to the inaugural Fanazons podcast.
I felt like we needed a good
intro sound.
Yeah. I'll try to do some.
My computer's trying really hard to open the Q&A and can't do it for the life of it. So
yeah, I don't know what's happening, but sometimes I've found that it doesn't always work as well as I'd like it.
All right. Well, if you have any comments, questions, or anything of the sort, you can go ahead and send those over to our Twitters, respectively. It is the Fatal Siren and S Blair HQ, or you can send it directly to our Instagram page, which is Fanazons Podcast. So I guess you look like the sexy secretary.
Girl. I look like that awful. Hello. We got the bitter one checking out today.
Which come on? Right.
Yeah, I pulled up the chat.
Oh, is it working for you?
Yeah. So if I just paused it so we don't have to hear ourselves hearing ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So we're being asked, what is our favorite SDCC moment?
Ooh.
I can tell you one thing I hate.
That's not what they asked, though.
The heat. Ugh. Sorry.
I only went for the first time last year. So I don't have that many options. A lot of it was like after party stuff, which for us, I have to say it was going to, was it Ohm? And we saw DJ Hodor.
Yeah.
That was pretty awesome.
Hold the door. That was really good. And then we met Outcast.
We met Andre 3000, that's right.
Yeah.
At that same event.
That was a lot of fun.
Which was really cool.
Yeah, and he was super nice.
We drank alcoholic popsicles.
Yeah, which were very phallic and
very sticky.
Yeah, and legit shot out like a cannon. You can insert something else there.
What was the best part of that night?
Hey, how's it going? J360 Productions, shout out.
Hey, girl.
Hey, girl. Yeah, no, I'm trying to think. Yeah,
do you not remember the best part of that entire night?
You mean when you took all the pillows?
And we went and got pizza and gelato while I carried 3 pillows down Gas District? Yeah, that was great.
That was pretty amazing.
I stole pillows from a promotional event at a club.
Well, no, you didn't steal them. They were there, and we did ask.
We did not ask. I just took them.
I know. I thought Jay asked.
No, nobody asked.
Didn't ask? Oh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna keep telling.
Said, no, it's fine. They're just for this event. They're not gonna keep them. They'll throw them out. And I went,
Which they would. They don't keep any of that shit. So
exactly. So I took it as free pillows, and then I started pilfering pillows and telling people that they needed to move off of the chairs so I could take pillows, and I still have them. Yeah,
there's one in Trav's car.
Yeah,
that I used to shield myself.
Yeah.
From the wind. It was like a freaking wind tunnel up in there.
San Diego's Comic-Con's great for a lot of drunken fun with friends. Sometimes in cosplay, sometimes not. I mean, we did a lot of nerdy stuff too. I got in line for the Batman vs Superman thing, and they were giving away stuff, and I got a Wonder Woman tiara, and I saw the Batmobile and the giant Superman statue. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? And it's funny because everybody goes, oh, we got to go to Comic-Con. I'm like, no, you don't have to get into Comic-Con itself. You know what you do? You go and you do everything outside because it's free. That's what makes Comic-Con so great, because and thank God we got it till 2021. So all y'all bitches think it's going up to LA. We keeps the precious. So, and hopefully they'll get their shit together and actually make the convention bigger, because we're running out of room. But the great thing is because we have Petco Park, I actually got to interview the Impractical Jokers for the second year, and I love those guys. And I was dressed up as Black Widow because I did promise Q that next time I saw him, I would wear it, which was funny because he actually remembered, which was weird. And he was drunk.
Hard to forget those boobies.
Yeah, but they were eating White Castle hamburgers. They had a truck, a White Castle truck. And I was so excited because I was like, oh, East Coast girl, they're shit. Okay. They're really delicious. Bad. But after a night of drunken debauchery, the most amazing thing is a White Castle burger.
I'm not going to lie. I have gotten them from the freezer aisle.
No, you can totally do it. They're just steamed meat. Like, it's weird. Like, if you go there and watch how they make it, it's really not.
If you're drunk, it's like the best thing ever.
No, I agree 110%. Unless if you live, like, less than a block away from your favorite taco shop, the carne asada fries are the shit. Even In-N-Out. In-N-Out is really good for drunkenness. Yeah.
There's a lot of drinking at San Diego Comic-Con too, so.
Yeah. And there's also
a
lot of friends who can't make decisions, so you sit at Chipotle for an hour just staring at other people.
Sometimes I like staring at other people.
Yeah, but I don't like sitting at Chipotle for an hour doing nothing. Now, had I been stuffing my face with Chipotle, then that would be amazing. But my feet hurt that day, and I was pissed.
Yeah.
And then I just wound up going home.
We had to walk there, too. We walked the entire way there.
Yeah.
In a roundabout way while you had those shoes on.
Oh, my God. And carrying that fucking umbrella.
The thing is, a lot of guys don't understand this. You can wear heels for probably anywhere between, depending on the heel, 4 to 6 hours. And anything past that, you want to kill everybody. And we do this knowingly every time.
I know. Unless if you're wearing my fawn hooves and then you wear them for an hour and you're like, fuck my life.
It's true. That's what I said.
FML! Oh God, it was so bad. Like I could not even. I'm just like, I can't. So, I'm dying right now. So bad.
Let's see.
Yes, that's the goat leg story. It was so.
The story of the goat legs.
Yeah. So look, the outfit aside, I really wasn't happy with the attire, but the legs came out really, really well, and I was just super stoked about the hooves.
They did come out amazing.
It was all put together the night before finished, because that's what I do. I mean, I
that's what most cosplayers do.
I'm working on a wig. I'm adding wefts to a wig. I've got, next cosplay, here, I'll show you real quick, this is the back of my canary suit.
Hey, girl.
That's the butt. But I don't know if you can see the material, but this is like some of my favorite material to use.
It's kind of showing up on my screen, so I'm assuming they can see it too. It has like the webbing almost.
Yeah, but it's see-through, and I didn't use this side. I used the other side just because I thought it just looked a little better. But obviously it's see-through, so girl had double up on it. Oh, you will when you see like my skin in it. So so far so good. It looks like everything's matching up. Let's just hope that when I add the rest of it, I ran out of black thread, so that's why this isn't done right now. And then I just have pieces of hair hanging out. Whee! And this, I'm hoping if I can get it done, eventually this will be part of my Super Saiyan wig that I will style. So I'm adding more hair to it just to make sure that you don't see any of the wig portion itself. Because
you don't want to see the tracks.
You want to see my hair hanging out of it. So
maybe we
yeah.
do. You don't know.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
So we'll and that's not coming to Comic-Con. Canary will likely come to Comic-Con because my girl, my angel that is on this podcast with me, she is my lucky charm, aka
I'm over here. I'm like, what?
She's magically delicious. She went with me thrift store shopping on Monday.
We were gonna pop some tags. We had $20 in our pocket.
Thank you. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah. So I literally had $20 in my pocket. And so I was looking for any type of light leather jacket, light colored, because I was like, okay, I can just paint it blue. I made a faux leather jacket. I just wasn't happy with it, and I just didn't want to waste the time. I'm like, if I can find something at a thrift store, I'll save my time and my money because it's going to be nicer than what I can do with that crazy material anyway. So we stopped at 3 different thrift shops. Goodwill sucked.
Salvation Army.
Yeah,
Goodwill for furniture.
And then it's the San Diego Rescue Mission thrift shop, I think is what it was. And no joke, it was like hitting the frickin' jackpot.
It was great.
So here's the thing with my canary, and like I said, I will likely bring this to Comic-Con because a majority of it's done already. It is a blue suede jacket. Now I know y'all are saying leather, it's not leather, whatever, but this jacket is gorgeous. So all I have to do is trim it a bit, just to take out some of the length. I'm going to fit it on the side so it's just not as poofy. This thing is legit. It is so nice.
Here's the thing, though. As far as the whole, it's not a leather jacket, how do you know it's a leather jacket by looking at it in a comic book? You can't tell texture based on comic book drawings. And not only that, but it's a character. Many, many characters are like this. That has been done so many times that you kind of want to do something that's a little different and a little eye-catching that sets you apart from everyone else who has done it. And Canary being a character that's a black bodysuit and a black jacket with black boots and black tights, which is mostly how everyone does it, I think that jacket is perfect to set you apart because she does do the blue jacket with the blue tights as well. Not as many people do that, though.
Yeah, blue's my girl. I did blue the first time, and I
Mine
made
too.
This little...
She's on my leg.
You're my boy, Blue. I know.
You're my girl. You're my girl, Blue.
Girl. Yeah.
All the dinosaurs have vaginas.
What?
All the dinosaurs have vaginas. They're all girls.
Yes.
That's why they're the first strong leads in movies.
Yes.
It wasn't Wonder Woman.
No.
It was the Raptors.
It was blue.
It was.
It was blue.
A strong female lead.
Yeah. So I got that jacket. I'm going to try to wrangle it back in real quick so I can finish up so we can talk about our fun stuff. Got that. And I've been wanting to also cosplay Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist. I'm actually going to make the automail. I cut out fingers already, so we'll see how that goes.
Travis says you're too tall, by the way, so I said we'll cut you off at the ankles.
Wait, because, yeah. No, I would just
he's tall at the end of Brotherhood, though. And he's like, oh, no, Alphonse is taller. I'm like, no, he's not. Shut up.
Hey, it doesn't matter. I'm hot. That's all that matters.
Kick him in the taco.
Will Trav be my brother then? I'll make him the suit.
Of armor or?
Yeah, I'll do Al's armor. No, I'm just gonna make him a silver suit and make him wear it with the helmet.
You know what? Just make it like a bodysuit.
Yeah. Oh my God, no. We cannot have him in a bodysuit. No, I'm sorry.
We'll get him a dance belt.
I'm sorry. His cute little chicken legs. I can't.
He looks like a newborn horse.
He does look like a newborn horse. Oh my God. Oh, that's amazing. So we went and also found this amazing red trench coat with a hood.
No, we didn't find a red trench coat with a hood. We found Ed's jacket. without the emblem. It is Ed's jacket. There's no, like, if you look at it and you've ever seen the show, that is Ed's jacket.
Legit
just
color,
on it.
everything. It's only missing
the cut, the style, like it looks like it just like came right out of the anime. It's so insane.
Amazing. So amazing.
I'm gonna fight her for it.
Well, girl, you can borrow it, but I do have to fit it a little bit. Got a pair of boots, Fergalicious boots, which normally I'm not a huge fan of wearing other people's shoes, but we douse them in vodka, so that should kill any bacteria.
I was just saying, better explain why that's a thing, because otherwise it's like, we just like alcoholic shoes.
Yeah, I want my shoes to smell like alcohol, and no, they don't smell. Once you soak them, they're fine. And it dries.
There's a lot of stuff you can't wash because you just can't.
Yeah.
So spraying vodka gets rid of all the bacteria that makes smell.
Yeah, it does. It works great because
it dries with no scent.
Yeah, and that's the key thing, because you don't want to walk around smelling like vodka.
I mean, I might.
But see, it's vodka. If you use like bourbon or tequila or something,
it has to be vodka.
Oh no, you're gonna smell. You're gonna smell like you came out of the distillery.
That's fine.
So 3
People
pairs
might like you more.
of shoes, because I bought my girl a pair of shoes because she deserves to be pretty, and 2 jackets, and walked out of there spending what, $15?
It was 15 and change. I think it was $15.43. It was pretty exciting.
So good. The shoes came out to $2.50 a piece.
That was really awesome.
And then the jackets were $7.99 a piece, plus 30% off. I almost cried. And I almost bought a bread and butter maker. Yes, I said butter, because you can't have a bread maker without, a side butter dish maker. And that was $9.99. But I was like, I have no room. My kitchen is
apple butter.
Shut your face. Good. But really, butter's easy to make because all you do is put the cream in the Tupperware and you shake it. Which, you know what? We should do that on a podcast. Shake it.
Yeah.
Shake it. Shake it. Shake it. That's what we're going to do. We're going to shake weight the shit and make some butter. And we're just going to do it on the podcast like this the whole time. Yay! Okay. Anyway.
On to some nerdier topics other than butter and bread.
Wait, real quick. We have a question. Anything you're happy that came from E3 this year?
That's actually on the list of things to talk about, is some E3 stuff that I know I'm excited about, and I know I shared with you. I think we can jump to that, actually, since that got brought up.
And I think we have a drunk-isode.
We do.
That talks about like one teensy thing.
It talked about, that's coming in 2 weeks. The 3rd Wednesday of this month, there is a episode of us drinking and kind of talking about Destiny 2. It's not that big of a spoiler. We had to have assistance because we're not at the forefront of the Destiny 2 information.
And I'm also new at this, so trying to screen share and being buzzed, that was
a good time.
Yeah, but you could see the video.
Destiny 2 is definitely one that we were excited about. There's some great stuff. Everyone loves Cade, and if you don't, you're wrong. For me, 2 other big ones were Shadow of War and Assassin's Creed Origins. Shadow of War being the sequel to Shadow of Mordor. I loved that game. Same mechanics as the Batman games. And Witcher and all those. So it was a familiar play style, but having that Lord of the Rings backstory and getting the runes to power up your sword and writing a Karagor is just like the best thing ever. So when I saw they were doing a sequel, I pretty much lost my shit.
Not literally, though.
So that's on my pre-order list. And that comes out in August, I believe, which I'm going to be gone. I'm going to be doing this podcast and playing the game. So maybe. Or maybe you guys can play with us. That's another thing we talked about, was doing games that we can play in groups, like maybe doing Destiny or Halo 5, doing multiplayer.
Yeah, any of that would be pretty cool. I love doing multiplayer games.
I think we can do that probably once every month or other month.
Yeah, I mean, because I have to break it up. I started
that. We can make that happen. That way we can talk with you guys one-on-one, and you guys can game with us. I mean, as far as I don't think we went over our nerd credentials, but personally, I've been doing video game playing for 24 years, 25 years. My mom worked at a video game store when I was a child, and basically every weekend, every summer, every holiday, every day I was sick, all I would do is go over there and play video games all day. And then I also have been doing comic book shop runs since I was probably about 4. So
yeah,
I'm a big fat nasty nerd.
Yeah, I mean, we've been doing this since we was wee little tykes.
My gamer score is 54,000 on Xbox.
Oh my God, you're adorable. Mine's only like 2,300 or something because I just recently got my Xbox One, and I didn't really have a login for my 360. I've always been a PlayStation girl, not to say that I don't like the Xbox at all. That's the one I got, and that's what I played. But now I have both, so I go between both. I don't have the same gamer tags, but we will actually put them in the YouTube description. So I'll upload all of that. As for the question about Anthem, Anthem looks pretty damn cool, and it's a new BioWare game that's coming out. 2018?
Yeah, I've only seen a little bit. I haven't actually stopped and watched the entire trailer, but from what I did see, I was like, oh, that does look really interesting.
Yeah, so I'm curious. Like it looks good. I just wish that they kind of spent, the time they spent on what they gave to us on Andromeda. I'm sorry, I'm still a little bitter about Andromeda.
Everyone's bitter about it. Everyone.
I know.
Everyone who has played it and also played the previous 3 games is bitter about it.
Yeah.
The only way you're not bitter about it is if you haven't played the other 3 games. Because then you're like, oh, it looks fine to me. It's like, yeah, but you haven't seen the standard. If the standard's here and you've played the one game that came after and it's down here, you don't understand what you're missing.
Yeah, and that's, I think, really the key here is that we've been playing. And don't be jealous of my childhood. That means I was really bored. I had nothing else to do, so I played video games and beat up my little brother. No, be jealous of
my childhood. I had like every system. I still do. I love them and hug them and play with them.
I have most of them. So I wish I still had my original Game Boy, but one day. Actually, I think my mom still has it, but she's 3,000 miles away, so I can't really just go to her house and be like, Ma, what you got? What you got
somewhere in I don't know, we moved, but I know I have it. It has squishy stickers on it.
It may be somewhere. So speaking of Nintendo.
You're talking about Switches?
Huh? No, I was thinking about Castlevania.
Oh.
Ooh, Atari! Switches? I used to play Atari. Love Atari.
Neo Geo was also good.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get to that, because I know what you're going to switch to, the other thing from E3 that I think we're really excited about is Assassin's Creed Origins.
Yes.
I actually messaged her screeching about how the special edition comes with a fanged horse, and I was like, I need it. Give me a fanged horse.
Is that what it's named?
I think so. I will double check, but I think it's called a fanged horse companion.
Hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick.
If you look up any of the pre-order stuff, you can bring it up on Amazon. I think it has the picture. Yeah, it's a Fang's horse. Fang's horse?
Fang. Wait, I'm looking at the. Don't play anything, please.
Look at it. Look at it.
Did you screen share?
No, I don't know how to.
Okay, hold on.
I feel like now's not the time for me to click on buttons. I don't know what they do.
Okay, so top left. I'm gonna teach her. This is tutorials on Google Hangouts.
Oh, I don't have it up. I just brought it up on my phone. We'll do that later.
Oh, okay. Well, no, we can. It's live.
No, I'm saying you'll teach me later, like when we're not live.
Well, I wanted to show people. No, I think it looks really cool.
The fact that it's Egyptian, I'm like, yes. So much yes.
Yeah, I think that's the really great thing about it is that it looks so pretty, and the games keep getting better and better. Like
Isn't it in 4K also?
Say what?
Isn't it in 4K as well?
I believe it is. I think that's what.
Because I was watching Achievement Hunter, they were talking about it, and they had played it and streamed it, and I think they had said they'd streamed it in 4K, and that it was a 4K game.
Yeah. Well,
I don't
think they'd lie to us.
Why?
I mean, well, I don't know. I mean, somebody could, but you know, that would just be some big asshole if they're gonna be dicks like that.
There are some big assholes with dicks.
This is true. This is true. Ooh, can I make it bigger? Can I make it bigger? Ooh, ooh.
That's the veritable question.
It can stand for so many things. My thing is, though, is that the exclusives have been really, really expensive.
It's $100. It comes with, I think, yeah, it's got the legendary shield, the Eye of Apep, Desert Cobra outfit, Fang's horse companion, bonus ability points, Fang's sickle sword. Yeah. It's got a mission, or 2 missions, I think. Yeah. It seems like a lot of their pre-orders also, I noticed, don't have any physical gear. Like, used to come with statues, a lot of them. And this one, you know, isn't. I don't think Destiny 2 is. I could be wrong. And I haven't heard anything about Shadow of Mordor having anything. So I'm wondering if they're all starting to really shy away from any sort of physical exclusives.
Maybe. It's hard to say. But here's everything, just in case if it moved too fast. We're still getting used to the Google Hangouts, and it swaps screens. So, but look at that horse right there. So pretty. Oh, so pretty. So we're very excited about that.
Fang's horse. I want my vampire horse, okay?
I know. Well, anything vampire.
Well, I mean, and again, it's Egyptian. You can see Anubis on the box art, and I'm like, this makes me happy.
Oh, wait, hold on a second. We've got 100% agree about Andromeda, the Mass Effect series is classic. Yes. Yeah, the game was a letdown. Bitter one. Yeah, that is being too nice, but, you know, I think a lot of us were like, it wasn't what we thought it would be.
There was no Garrus, and that's what really ruined it for me, because Garrus is Space Boyfriend.
I know. And Vetra was, yeah. I mean, I thought Vetra was adorable.
But she's no Garrus.
Yeah. So that was,
I'm
still sharing all of my shit. I'm still learning. Anyway, yeah, everything was just, I don't know. But do we want to segue into the speaking of vampires?
Yes, on the subject of vampire horses.
Yeah. So it was announced that Netflix is actually Adi Shankar is going to be doing an R-rated anime based on Castlevania.
And there's going to be boobies?
Huh?
Did you think that means there's going to be boobies? Vampire
there's
boobies?
going to be lots of boobies. There's going to be lots of boobies. So many boobies. So I'm sure anybody listening here, you guys know Castlevania. Castlevania was actually one of my games that I would play nonstop. Like, I beat it a million times. Still go back and play the games.
And if you haven't played it, it's in a castle and there's vampires.
Yeah. And, you know, who doesn't love that stuff? Come on now. But it's, you know, you've got a vampire hunter going after Dracula. And there's going to be
Van Helsing, but it's not Van Helsing.
No. But there are also otherworldly beasts. So it's, you know, I mean, it's going to be full of action and adventure and
anime and titties.
Graham McTavish and Richard Armitage from The Hobbit or Outlander, or, I mean, the million other things that these guys have been in. They're doing voices. Graham is doing Dracula, and Richard will be doing the protagonist, Trevor. Then they also have James Callis from Battlestar Galactica, who's playing Alucard. So, I mean, they really have a lot of really cool people that are doing this, so I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, they're not skimping for sure. But I mean, honestly, Netflix hasn't so far. From what I've seen, anything that's been a Netflix original, they really do put a lot of work into it and make sure that they cast the right people for stuff and have good writers.
Oh, and legit, their animes have been amazing. Like,
oh yeah, like Blame. Blame was really
Blame,
good.
All Noah Zero, like a lot of them, they've just been so good.
What's the other one? That other new one that's really good. Some Deadly Sins. That's another one that's been really good.
And then there was another one too. I don't know. I have to go through my Netflix stuff. I'm happy to share that with you guys. Should you find the urge to watch all the animes that I watch as well? Yes, vamp boobs. No, they will not sparkle. How dare you say that?
Not those kind of vampires.
We do not talk about sparkle tits here.
No glitter tits.
No, unless if we're watching, what did you want to watch? The sequel to...
the sequel to Showgirls,
yes.
Penny Lane.
Yeah,
Pennies from Heaven, something like that. It's over there. I'm not getting up to get it, but
no, don't worry about it. But
Showgirls is one of my all-time favorite movies because it's so terrible. I'm one of those, I can watch terrible movies because they're so bad it makes them good again.
Yeah.
The sequel, it's so bad. It's like it was good, but then it got worse to the point that it's bad again. So it was like, this is so terrible. It could be good, but it's bad again.
Yeah.
It's god awful. It's painful to watch. I honestly have blocked most of it from my memory.
Well, do
you remember the chick Penny who she was the new stripper and then she ends up with the dancer guy and she's pregnant and all that? Yeah. It follows her, which is one of the most like pointless characters in the original movie. But for some reason they're like, let's do a sequel with her.
'Cause baby stripper. Yeah. But we will be watching that. I don't know.
And dying inside.
We may or may not be drinking.
Oh, no. We have to drink to get through that one.
Yeah, you're probably right.
There's no other way.
I'm not even joking.
There's no other way. It's really bad.
Yeah, may not. Well, you could watch with us, but we can't actually show the whole thing because, you know, copyright. But we will be doing almost like, you know, a Mystery Science Theater 3000 type of thing where we just sit there and then I will clip in bits and pieces.
Terrible parts.
Yeah, because I think if we do that, it could be interesting. And then, of course, all the boring stuff I'll fast forward through, and because y'all don't want to waste your time on that. It's bad enough you're going to be watching the movie. You don't want to hear us talking about it. I mean, it could be funny. It probably will be funny.
I have plenty of movies in my mind that I remember specifically yelling at the TV while watching them. So we can watch some of those.
Yeah.
Just because there's going to be some entertainment there.
I was going to play the trailer just because I thought it was hilarious. The Netflix trailer that came out, they actually show the guy blowing into the game cartridge and inserting it into the NES system. And then you see some of Castlevania up on his TV and it looks awful. Amazing. And then it goes into the trailer. It's 1:26, so I'll probably just attach it to this so you guys can watch it, or you can look it up. It obviously is on YouTube. Yeah. And on Netflix, but Netflix's website for Castlevania keeps saying, you know, reload, that there's an error, and I'm sorry, I ain't wasting my time on that.
Ain't nobody got no time for that.
Are we wearing the same lipstick color?
I don't think so. I mean, it's maybe similar.
Me.
Sure. Mine's by Lime Crime. It's Cougar.
Oh, mine is not. Mine
is something else.
Man, my eyes are killing me.
Tell them that. Right then.
And they look weird. My eyes look weird. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that, and I hope that it's not ruined, which I don't think it's going to be. Yeah, I really think
Netflix has been really solid.
And dude, Shankar doing it, I don't think. Speaking of Adi Shankar. He also announced that he will be doing it is animated, right? Yeah. Assassin's Creed. Oh. What? Yes, please, and thank you. I hope there's some Ezio in there because he's still by far my favorite. He probably won't be. Unless they're doing Chronicles.
Death Note. Saw the trailer for that. I'm not excited. I think that's the first time Netflix I've been like, ugh.
No, I'm only excited for Ryuk. That's it.
Yeah, everyone's excited for Ryuk.
Everything
else is like
Willem Dafoe.
It looks so good already, but
holy mother of
just Ryuk. Everything else, I was like, what the hell? Like, why? Why is this?
And is it bad that I want Japanese kids, Asian kids playing these people? Like, I don't know why. I just feel like I don't know.
I don't care either which way, as long as they look like the characters. Like, at least if you have them in a lineup, you can easily tell, like, oh, that's Mikasa, that's Light, that's Elle. Like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
They look nothing like the characters whatsoever. Like, I think the chick that's supposed to be Mikasa, she looks like she's a brunette.
I think, it's like a light brown. It was not, I don't know. Everything's
she didn't have that gothy vibe.
Which she's supposed to.
Yeah, she's supposed to be like kawaii goth or like whatever. I don't know. Yeah. I'm just like, nothing in it really triggered excitement for sure. I mean, you know what? I don't want to discount it and say, you know, before it's even out and I've even watched any episodes that, hey, it's the worst thing ever. Because that's ridiculous to do. But I'm just, with the trailer, I'm not as excited as I have been for other things that they have put out.
But you know what? I think this is good. If, you know, if we're kind of talking trash about it now, when we watch it, we're going to be like, yes, this was so good.
Yeah, because, I mean, if you get what you're thinking out and you discuss it and then it could surprise you, that's better. I'd rather not. I'm very much you know, hope for the best but expect the worst. Because then it's like, if the best happens, awesome. If the worst happens, you've already prepared for it.
Right. And that's, I mean, I always go into things going, oh, this is not going to be great.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be like, that's why I didn't super hate Suicide Squad. Again, not my favorite movie ever, but I still enjoyed it. It was like an hour-long movie. It was an hour-long music video.
It was an entertaining movie. Was it the best comic book movie? I don't think so.
No.
There's plenty of movies that, here's the thing, this is actually on my list. Movie overhype and underhype, whatever you want to call it. It's such a huge thing now. I feel like 20 years ago, people would go see a movie, you'd ask them, and they'd be like, yeah, it was good, I enjoyed it, or, oh, I didn't really like it. That was it. But now everybody has such an over-exaggerated opinion and expectation of movies. It's really skewed things. So when movies come out, like Suicide Squad, everyone's like, it's the worst movie ever, it's terrible. I went and saw it, and I was like, I mean, it's fine. I mean, if your expectations are up here for every fucking movie, you're going to be disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Because especially the people who are fans of the like original content, they're not going to make it for you.
Right.
They're trying to make it for everybody. They're trying to make it for people who don't know the source material as well as the people who do. And you're going to be disappointed. This is a lesson I've learned time and time again. I learned it with the Sword of Truth series. On I think it was, they had it on WB or CW, but you know, I loved the books, was so excited when I heard they were coming on to TV, and I was like, this is gonna be great, it's gonna be like Hercules and Xena, I'm so excited. And then they changed so much of the storyline that I got pissed because to me they ruined it, and I realized, you know what, they're not making it for the fans, they're trying to make it so the fans will enjoy it as well as, you know, the masses that know nothing of the origin story. So
yeah, get the newbies in, you know, get them you know, really experience something that they've never experienced before.
Well, they just want everybody's money.
Yeah. Well,
they don't want just the nerds' money, they want everyone's money.
Right. Which, I mean, you have to appeal to the masses.
And
I mean, if you're spending, think about how much money they spend on making something. Now, you can do something on the cheap too. But in the grand scheme of things, they're spending a shit ton of money. They got to make it back. Got to make it back.
Not only that, is they want more people to familiarize with it and enjoy it than just the small amount that, I mean, if you're going to make something, you're going to do it for a large audience rather than just the small audience that already knows it.
Right.
Business sense, but
thoughts on Young Justice? Thoughts on Young Justice season 3? I haven't been watching Young Justice.
Yeah, I don't watch it.
So that's not to say that I won't watch it, but I haven't been.
That's the thing is, I think with both of us, we are both kind of behind on a lot of TV shows. And like, there's so much content nowadays, it's really hard to keep up with everything. Especially when you have so many hobbies.
Yeah, you have to pick.
So like,
I can't sit there and like build a cosplay and watch TV because I either have to focus on the show because I'll miss something, or I screw up my cosplay. So it's kind of like at this point I have to, you know, pick and choose, and my hair is driving me crazy right now.
That is the only way I can catch up on TV is while I'm working on cosplay. I watch stuff in the background because otherwise I will never catch up. And speaking of, I actually just started watching Riverdale, which is based on Archie comics, but like with a dark twist. It's fucking trippy.
Yeah, I've seen about three episodes of it, 4 episodes.
I think I'm on episode 5 or 6. I mean, it's trashy TV, and I mean, I'm fine with trashy TV. I enjoy it. Sometimes you want stuff that you don't have to like think existentially about while you're working on stuff, you know?
Right.
It's good to have on in the background.
I usually, you know, if it's something that I haven't seen before, I try to pay more attention to it because I do like to blog about it or, you know, just talk about it if I need to. If someone asks me a question, I'm like, oh yeah, I watched it, and I go, well, what do you think about this? I'm like, oh, I missed that part. I must have not been focused. So I really, you know, I really try not to. If it's something I've seen a million times, or if it's something that I'm not hugely interested in watching and I can play it in the background, then that's fine. I'll do that. But overall, I like to pay attention at least the first time through. And then second time I can work and watch.
Yeah.
Work and watch.
It's a lot harder with video games because you can't really play video games while you're working on other things.
No, you can't.
So that's why I'm like, I have to do TV and work on stuff.
Say hi? You want to come say hi?
Meow.
Mama, you want to say hi? Say hello to everybody. There's baby girl. There's Lexi up here. Mama.
She's a mew.
Yeah, she won't. She's just going to come talk to me now, and I'm going to get annoyed with her and yell at her and tell her to fuck off. But she's so cute, and it's hard to tell a 17-year-old cat to fuck off because she's so freaking adorable. So adorable. Also, having a full-time job does not allow me, thank you for reminding me about that. Full-time job does not allow me to watch all this shit. For real. Lexi says hi to you guys too.
So I wanted to talk about, I started talking to you about it, I think last week. If you're into comics and reading, there is a app on I think it's on iOS. It's on Android and Apple. It's called Webtoons Comics. It's free. This is obviously not a sponsorship. This is something that I recently discovered and have been kind of hooked on. But basically, it has all these comics that are from original artists. Let's see if I can pull this up. And you can subscribe, and they update them every maybe week or two. Everyone's different, but I mean, you've got lists of different available comics here that you can go through that are different genres. I'm reading a bunch of different stuff. Some of them are little funny ones. Some of them are fantasy driven. Some of them are romance driven. One of the ones I'm reading right now is like Lumen. He's a little werewolf, and he's guarding this. He's kind of hired to be a bodyguard for this boy. And it's so cute. I
know. I have to download that.
Like I said, it's free, and I mean, reading it all is free. I've got some funnier ones, which is like, what is this one called? Adventures of God, and it's basically like short little animated versions of God and how he'd react to things. It's pretty freaking funny. I thoroughly enjoy it. Like, Trying to see. I'm pretty sure there's like hundreds of comics available on here, but yeah, you can subscribe to them. You can see what is trending and, you know, check them out. And each issue comes out every few weeks. I'm reading another one called Warning Label, and they give a little description for each one, letting you know what it's about, so you don't have to start reading it and going, well, what is this about? Like, Warning Label is Danielle was cursed by an ex-boyfriend, and now anytime someone asks her out, they get a warning label. It scared a few people off, but even the ones who stayed wind up bailing when the list turns out to be true. So it's pretty funny. She's a gamer chick, and she meets this guy, and they start kind of dating, and he's intrigued, and it's funny and it's cute. Other ones are more dramatic, and like I said, there's drama, there's comedy, there's romance, fantasy, all kinds of stuff. So, I mean, it's great if you want to just read something really quick and that has a storyline that continues on. Because I read regular comics, but I'm even behind on those. The storylines go on forever. So it's worth checking out. I highly recommend it.
I don't think it's a bad idea. I mean, the thing is, look, it's free. It's free. So why not check it out?
It's really good. I thoroughly enjoy it. Like I said, a lot of it, the animation style is similar to anime. Some of them aren't, but a lot of it does have a anime style animation.
Are you eating carrots? Are you really?
I'm hungry. I haven't eaten dinner yet.
Well, whose fault is that? Girl, eat your carrots. Eat your carrots.
Don't fat shame me.
They're carrots. You can eat carrots.
I can eat carrots if I want to. I can leave my friends behind.
Yes, free is always good. Okay, so
if you're American, you love free. Those are the rules.
Yeah, this is true. This is very true. Truer words were never spoken. So we talked about Castlevania and a bit about Assassin's Creed, but I don't know much about that, so we're not really going to talk about it. One thing I did find extremely funny when I was just kind of browsing through the interwebs was, and this was the title, and I quote, "Man with highest gamer score loses title after going on honeymoon." Quote,
"That's depressing.
I've been too busy having all the sex." Good for you, man. So it says...
Well, that's why he had the highest gamer score, because he wasn't having all the sex.
But he was engaged, and he was dating, so he had the time. That's what I don't understand.
He's saying he didn't have all the sex, and that's why he had a high gamer score. But then once he started having all the sex, he lost his high gamer score. So that'll show you either get video game scores or you get sex. Pick one.
But he had the girl before, unless if you're saying he's a Christian, he could not have sex before marriage.
Maybe.
I'm just saying.
It's possible.
I don't know. So, the man with the highest Xbox gamer score ever has been dethroned. Raymond, quote, Stallion 83, unquote, Cox, whose gamer score was, oh my God, 1,585,894 right now, has been overtaken by Steven, quote, SMRNOV Rowe, whose gamer score tally stands at 1,592,280.
Now, if I remember correctly, the original guy with the highest gamer score was given a lifetime membership to Xbox Live for his accomplishment.
Oh, I'm sure. And it also depends on how long he's been holding that title.
I just think once he got over a certain amount, they gave it to him.
Yeah, but
which is not
Steven right behind him. Yeah, Steven right behind him, though. But for Xbox achievements, they posted, someone has passed Stallion 83's 1.5 million odd gamer score. And he replied with, I've been too busy having all the sex. And I'm going to screen share this with you because this, my friends,
But that's saying he wasn't busy having all the sex before his honeymoon. So see?
Oh my God. No, just watch this real quick because this makes me happy. Whee!
Well, good for him having all the sex.
Boom! That's what he posted. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Love this guy. He's amazing. So congratulations on having all the sex.
And the second highest gamer score. I think that makes you the ultimate winner.
And I'm sure his wife will allow him to get back to number 1 again. Or not.
Number 1. I mean, she married him while he was number 1. Maybe she'll leave him now that he isn't. Maybe that's all she was with him for, was his number 1 status.
Oh my God, what if it was?
Oh, no. We just got M. Night Shyamalan over here. What a twist.
At least it was better than, what, half of his movies? Ong! It's Aang, you motherfucker. Sorry.
Hey, Appa looked great in that movie.
Oh, dude, Appa was amazing. I need Appa. But where was Momo?
They spent all their CG budget on Appa.
Yeah, no, we need Momo. Didn't you say that it was announced that there would be a second one?
Allegedly, M. Night Shyamalan made a post saying that he was going to be making a sequel. Whether or not that's true or not, I have no idea. He could be, April Foolsing us without it being April Fool's.
That would just be silly. My thing is like, if
it could be the twist.
It could be. I think my main complaint with it is that they were using a lot of Tai Chi, and I like Tai Chi. That's not my issue with it. It was they were using dragged out, prolonged Tai Chi.
They said they used different martial arts for the different elements.
Yeah, no, they did. But what I mean is it was a very, like, in the sense of Tai Chi, it was slow and moved, and you're just like, no, this needs to be fast. It's not like they're not just standing there.
I think that's not so much the problem as it was the Earthbenders had to do about 40 movements before they moved like one rock.
Yeah,
so instead of like doing like, all right, rock move, they were doing this and that and this and that, and then a pebble would move, and it was like, why is that a thing?
It was just
way more complicated than it needs to be.
And the story was rushed as well, but I can put that aside.
Sorry, well, yeah, you're trying to fit an entire season in one movie.
But my thing is it's like, come on, just slow down.
But that goes back to when you have the source material, you're not going to be happy when they cut it all down.
No, not at all. But still, it's again,
or when they draw it out endlessly.
So I hope he learned his lesson. Because I swear, if he Shamalama Ding Dongs this, I'm gonna send him a nastygram. I can't.
A nastygram?
I can't handle this.
Is that like? Are you gonna send him a dick pic? Is that what you're gonna do?
I could. I swear, if I get another one of those, people, please don't send dick pics. I know.
Unless it's like Dick Tracy.
Well, yeah. I mean,
or Dick Grayson. No, your penis dressed as Dick Tracy with the little hat, little coat.
I would be fine with Dick Grayson too. I mean, I'm just
put a little mask on your penis.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, dress it up.
At least put some effort.
Yeah, don't just send it. Anybody can. I can find dicks on the interwebs. I don't need you to send me a picture of yours.
Do some effort into it. Don't be lazy.
Dude, cosplay.
Make a nice outfit.
If you want to, cosplay it. Make it a DC character. I don't care. You can light your dick on fire and call it the Human Torch for all I care. I'm just saying, put some effort into this. Don't just send me a dick pic.
It's lazy. Don't appreciate your lazy penis pics.
Yeah, I don't appreciate them at all. But yes, nastygram.
Speaking of cosplay, AX was this weekend.
Nah.
We did not go.
No.
I didn't go last year either.
No, that's why I posted that video. It was funny because we actually did not go last year. We went and had a nice, tasty breakfast.
We did.
And I recorded. I said, no Anime Expo, no. Because it's a clusterfuck.
Yeah, here's my problem. I've been to Anime Expo 2 or 3 times in previous years, And each year got progressively worse. My first time at Anime Expo, I had a custom gun made by a great prop maker. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I have to do research. If anyone wants to know, I can put that information in later. I have this amazing Harley Quinn gun. It's a solid piece of resin with a cork in the barrel, and it's glued in. It is not coming out. There's no way you cannot pull it out. But it's a solid cast cork gun, and it's gorgeous. Paint job's amazing. Cast is amazing. It's just a really nice piece. I spent not a ton of money on it, but it wasn't a cheap prop by any means. And I remember taking it because I was Harley Quinn Tank Girl. I had done the artist Val Voorhees or Horvey. I will tag that too. It's in my Instagram photos. And I was really proud of the entire cosplay. I had made my helmet, and it was just a huge deal for me. And I get there, and I go to do weapons check, and they wanted to duct tape the entire left side of my prop, because at that con, that's what they were doing to all the weapons, was duct taping one entire side as piece bonding. And if you have a custom piece, it's going to rip the paint off when you try and take the duct tape off. And at the very least, it's going to leave a bunch of residue that is going to be impossible to take off. And what you do use to take it off will probably damage your weapon.
Yeah.
So naturally, I was like, that's not an option. And they were like, well, we have to piece bond it. And I said, well, you're not going to duct tape it. Can I talk to somebody else about this? And so the supervisor came over and was like, oh, well, we have to piece bond it. And I understand you don't want to ruin it. And I'm like, okay, so you understand what you're doing is ruining people's props here, but you're still going to continue to do it to other people. He's like, you can take it back to your car, or you can put it in a bag and carry it in a backpack or something. And I was like, fine, I'll fucking put it in a backpack. And I was like, as soon as I walked away, I was like, anytime anyone asks for a photo, I'm just going to take it out of the backpack and fuck them. I'm not going to fuck the person who wants a picture. I say a giant F you to fucking AX's volunteers and their duct tape. And then the following year, it got worse again. There was more people. There was a lot of the Homestuck kids. They're kids. They don't have that level of respect that some of the rest of us do, and they just trash the entire convention center, and certain areas end up looking like a garbage dump. It's disgusting. The trash cans will be overflowing, and they continue to just pile more crap on it, like, oh, well. And on top of that, they, again, got ridiculous with the piece bonding policy. One of our friends had a legitimate plastic lawn flamingo, and they told her she had to piece bond it, and she thought they were joking, and they were dead serious. She had to piece bond a thin plastic lawn flamingo.
I don't get it.
And they're all rude. They all have the whole power went to their head, even though they're just volunteers at a convention. It's just every time I've gone, it's ridiculous. Not to mention parking. The last time I went was $40 for the day. And if you didn't want to pay that, you had to park 5 or 6 blocks away and walk in. And then I heard this year, I think it was on Saturday or Sunday, the parking filled up by 7 a.m.
Yeah, I think it was Saturday.
Just out of control. And everyone said it was too packed inside and they had to hang out outside, and that the lines to just pick up your badge was 5 hours. It's ridiculous. It's a joke. So I have absolutely zero interest in attending AX for all these reasons. It's just LA cons are not that great to begin with.
No.
The parking's always an issue. It's always expensive. But that is the worst of them, in my opinion. It just is.
Yeah. I mean, I always have the urge to just want to kind of check them out, but you see how frustrated I get, I would lose my shit. I'd probably
you would get
someone.
So agitated at that
I'd get
one.
arrested.
It's so overpacked, and the staff is so rude, and it's.
They're still talking about dick pics. I'm
Are
serious.
they really?
If I see Dick Fury, I swear to God, I'm posting it. I mean, I will.
It's got to have an eye patch.
Yeah, that's what they said.
With a little trench coat.
apologize right now.
I'm
I
so
did not
mad.
realize.
I can't see the Q&A and it's like making me heartbroken.
Oh, girl, you'll be able to see them. Just once we get out of this. But I do have to apologize because I did not know that my microphone was not on, so I'm probably sounding better. Or it sounds the same, and then, well, who gives a fuck? But, oh my God, with the planes. For real. For real.
Lives near planes, and they take off and land and make her very mad. So mad.
Well, we should start wrapping this up. There was one thing that someone posted that I would like to wrap it up with. Do you have anything else you want to share right now?
I mean, nothing major that can't wait until next time. It was just, it's just stuff that we can talk about on the next episode of Sober Fanazons podcast.
It's up to you, girl. I mean, completely up to you.
I had like maybe 2 other topics, but like I said, I can wait till next time.
Okay.
Don't want to draw things out too long.
Then I'm going to end this with reading. I posted this on Facebook, so I'm sure you saw it. I also noticed that a few other people posted it as well, but it's from Captain Kyle's blog or B-log. So, hey, Captain Kyle, I will go ahead and put his information in the description so you guys can find his stuff. But he actually posted, the caption was "the ugliest cosplayers." And it said, "You've probably seen them at every con. The Superman who's as thin as a rail, who looks like a strong breeze would knock him down. The girl dressed as Wonder Woman who doesn't come close to qualifying as model thin. The short and round Chewbacca. The super thin slave Leia with the crooked teeth. The Batman with his belly sticking out over his utility belt. These cosplayers are beautiful. They go out on the con floor with bright smiles, proudly dressed as characters they love. Some of them spent months getting their costumes ready just for this moment, or they saved every dime to buy that costume because they wanted to, for a short period of time, become a superhero, the video game character, the villain of their choice. They practice the walk, the talk, and the attitude. And you just can't beat the look in their eye when someone asks to take a picture with them. They are truly beautiful. I know what you're thinking. This is supposed to be about the ugliest cosplayers. Well, they are around as well. You can't necessarily spot them by their appearance, but these cosplayers are the ones who sit in judgment over others. They are the ones who say, you shouldn't dress in a costume like that with your body, or you look nothing like the character, or you're too ugly to cosplay. These cosplayers are ugly on the inside. I hate to even call them cosplayers because while they may be in a costume, they just don't get it. Cosplay is not about looking exactly like the character. Cosplay is not about dressing for your body type. It's not about how you look in your costume. It's about how you feel in your costume. Cosplay is a celebration of fandom. It's about showing love for a character. It's about joining a community of like-minded people who also love to cosplay. It's about sharing tricks and tips and sharing joys and passion. Cosplay is about fun. There is no room for hate. There are cosplayers, stupid Siri. There are cosplayers who look almost exactly like a character. There are cosplayers who don't. But one thing that they have in common is enjoying this awesome hobby where they can dress like their favorite hero, villain, anti-hero, or whatever they like. When cosplayers gather to share their passion, it's a fantastic experience for all of them. But just as any other group, there are those who would rather tear down than build up. Those who would rather tell someone they are too fat, too skinny, or too ugly. Perhaps this makes them feel better about themselves. Perhaps it gives them a sense of superiority. For those who understand cosplay, it just makes these people ugly. And the worst part is, they choose to be ugly. And that's just sad. What kind of cosplayer do you choose to be?
A cookie.
I know. The reason I read that was because even a couple weeks ago, I actually posted something about body image. Someone had made a comment that I was fat or something like that, or I shouldn't cosplay that character, or I don't even know.
You're too hot. That was the problem.
And that's not what they said. But, and I had actually posted that on my personal feed, and I got a lot of feedback on it. All positive, all positive. And my thing is I am not stick figure thin. Not at all. I have curves. I have chub because I haven't worked out in like 6 months, and I eat all the things, and that's why I feel sick actually right now. I ate way too much when my girl was down here.
Like food.
Yeah, but my thing is that I could see someone. It shouldn't matter what you look like. It's your passion for the character. It's your love for the character, and that's really all that should matter. So all of those skinny assholes.
Not everybody has a support system to tell them like, hey, those are just people who are jealous or just toxic and want to hurt somebody because they are hurting, or so there are some people who can't handle that sort of criticism.
And and that's why anytime I am at the cons, I am always promoting, dude, you know what? You're working it. Tell you how gorgeous you are, how handsome you are in that costume, and how much I love that you put that together. Whether you made it yourself or you bought it.
Yeah.
Or you commissioned. Exactly. It's like you work it, you own it, you become that character, you are a cosplayer.
But that also brings up the point that there's the whole saying like, oh, that person's too fat or too skinny or too whatever. A lot of people, it doesn't matter what you're wearing. If you're in the ideal body type, you can do whatever, and everyone's going to praise you up, down, left, right. And I mean, good for you, but how is it that you can stand next to someone who spent, let's say, 50 hours or 400 hours or whatever building a head-to-toe costume from scratch, and everyone's just like, oh, well, I mean, but have you seen their face? That's so warped that, a girl can wear a bikini that she bought at Hot Topic or go to Party City and get a $30 costume, and because she is the ideal body type and has a pretty face, everyone's just fawning over her and telling her, you did an amazing job, you did a fantastic job. But the guy who spent thousands of dollars recreating a huge armor set and looks spot on, they're like, oh yeah, that's cool. That to me is so baffling. And I'm not saying like, oh, that girl's like terrible and how dare she. I'm just saying, it's like artists, certain artists are talented and do these amazing things and they're appreciated. And then if you see somebody with like crayons drawing a stick figure, you wouldn't be like, that's amazing. You're like, yeah, it's a stick figure, whatever. It's very reversed. And cosplay being an art, it's very confusing to me to see someone who can literally just buy something and get dressed, get praised for, I'm not saying they shouldn't get praised. I'm saying the level of praise they get is very confusing to me. Because what I really want to talk about on that was Jessica Negri recently has been teared down a ton. And she's got, a fantastic body. But regardless, she's been teared down a lot lately. Like, people have been gunning for her for God knows what reason, posting articles about, oh, here are like 20 cosplayers that are hotter than Jessica Negri.
Yeah.
Or she did an amazing Reinhardt cosplay. She did a fabulous job with it. And the first thing a lot of people said was, oh, well, you're showing your stomach. That's stupid because that's not in the armor. And, oh, you're making it sexy. And it's like, she is capitalizing on her brand, which is, yeah, she does sexier cosplays. She does them very well also.
But she builds her shit. Like, if you see her cosplay, they're fucking amazing. It's because people, look, haters are going to hate. It's
true. And that's the thing is, to look at someone who busts their ass, get teared down over something so insignificant, while literally I have seen cosplayers who literally go into like I said, Party City or whatever, and they will get an outfit or they will borrow an outfit from someone else and make nothing of it, put it on, And then people go, you did such an amazing job. And it's like, no, Jessica Negri did an amazing job. They just got dressed. They look good. I'm not saying they don't. Good for you. You look amazing in that outfit. But to give them the credit of you did an amazing job, that's like saying, you got dressed today. Yay! And
well, but everybody deserves a gold star, honey. Remember that.
Nah. I don't like getting dressed every day. Sometimes I don't.
No pants.
No pants.
I am wearing pants.
That is my problem, though, is there is this huge disconnect between, oh, you did a good job because you made something versus you did a good job because you got dressed or you borrowed from someone else. Also, people not giving credit.
You put on your pants like a big boy.
Yeah, it's like people not giving credit. That to me is disgusting because people have worked really hard. I've seen people who they have pictures of their props and they're like close-ups of the props and they don't give acknowledgement to who made it. And people are like, you did an amazing job. It's like, but they didn't make that outfit. They didn't make that prop. I'm not saying they don't look amazing. They do. But give credit where it's due because that is taking money away from that person. Because someone could go, oh, that's where you got it from? I'm going to go to them and ask them to make it.
That's why I kiss your ass when I post those Valkyrie pictures. So if you look at any of my Val pics that are on Instagram or Facebook.
Tiffany did all the costuming on that as far as, like, I tore up the cape on it and I did all the weathering, but she sewed all the base work clothing on that, and then I did all the armor. And I mean, I love my axe and I love my gauntlets and all that, but I really need to make that breastplate over, and I really want to add to it and do a lot more. But that's the thing is, you know, I gave credit thoroughly to Tiffany, you know, because she worked so hard on that. And I mean, we collaborated, and I told her exactly what I wanted. And you know, when she would fit me, I was like, can we raise this? Can we do this? It was definitely both of us working together. But, you know, even me weathering it, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, I made that. It's like I helped on it, but she did the work on the dress and the undersuit, and you know, it's crazy to me to take credit and say like I made like a bunch of stuff over the years, but there's still things that I'm like, that person made that part, this person made this part, like.
And I think we have a lot of stories that we can kind of get into on that. So maybe in the next one, we'll go into more detail. We will never name names. We will never talk shit about people unless if they've done horrid things.
Talking shit isn't the same as telling the truth. Like, talking shit is doing it vehemently and like being very toxic about it. There's different if you're like, hey, here's something that happened. I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to be like, what a bitch, what an asshole, what a fuckwad. But I'm going to say, here are the base facts. And yeah, maybe we can go into that a bit.
We do have some stories.
We have so many stories.
I know. But this girl's getting tired.
Yeah, I got to go make dinner. But yeah, bottom line is, give credit where it's due. And I think don't overhype people because you give them an ego and they get big heads and they become jerks. So like, you know, if you see Jessica Negri busting it up, you go, you get it, girl. You made it. You did it. If you see someone who like bought something at the store, you say, you look great. Because yes, they look great, but a factory made it, not them. And I'm not trying to say that they're not a good cosplayer. I'm trying to say, use your words right. Don't give someone a big head and credit for something they didn't do. But there's definitely stories that we will have to discuss, and that will come. That will come. That's gonna have to be a sober one though, because if there's alcohol involved, the names will slip. So
yeah, no, we'll be sober for that one. All right. So from all of us here, us two girls,
at the Fanazons podcast.
3 girls, because Lexi's just been sleeping next to me. We'd like to wish you a good night, and we will see you next time.
Which will be the 3rd Wednesday of this month.
Yes. Yes. Yay. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for joining us.
Yes. See you next time.